What up, boys? We got a banger for y'all today. As you can tell by the title, in today's video, I'm going to be running over the one thing that Myron Golden taught me that has changed my life.
There's only one rule in this fucking jungle. When the lion's hungry, he eats.
So, I was watching a video the other day, and I have seen clips of Myron Golden. I've never actually dove into his content that much, which is crazy because he talks about a lot of the things that I like, and he's got 1 million subscribers. He's a big influencer, big businessman, talks about the Bible, all things that I like, but I've just never really dove into his content like that. And so I came upon a video of his the other day, and he was talking about, in this video, he's talking about going from $0 to $41 million, and how he did that, and I believe it was a 10-year span. And in that video, he gives a whole bunch of different points, and it's a really good video. I suggest you guys go and watch it. I'll try and link it if I remember. If not, it's just 0 to 41 million. How to go 0 to 41 million. And his very first point in that video slapped me right in the face, if I'm being honest, because it was something I needed to hear, something that I think you guys could probably use. And so that's why I'm going to tell y'all about it. So in this video, his very first point that he says, wealth is a high energy result. And you're like, well, that's kind of obvious. But if you think about it, I bet day to day, if you think about when someone comes up to you and they ask, hey, how you doing? How things going? What do you always hear from people? I'm making it. It's another day. Those are the things he says in the video too. He says people don't actually come with the energy that it takes to build wealth. And while in that video he's talking about money, I think that is a great principle that we should apply across the board. Like, obviously, if you're trying to build money, there's a reason all these salespeople do drugs. And I'm not promoting that. Okay, that is not what I'm here to do. But what I am saying is they do that because it gives them a certain energy level, right? And there's something about having a high frequency, a high energy, that being charismatic, that people love. People are attracted to that. People don't want to be around some mopey SOB for long periods of time. Because naturally people know, like, if you're around that type of person for a long time, you're going to turn into that person, right? So, as I was saying, like, you can apply that to money. Obviously, if you want to make sales, you need to bring a certain energy. But also, like in the gym, if you're trying to change your body, right? You need to bring a certain energy into the gym. You need to bring a certain focus into the gym in order to accomplish the goals you want to accomplish. If you're going to build a business, you need to bring a certain energy into that business if you're going to scale that business. I mean, let's just be real. How many of us every day just kind of go through the day, right? You're just kind of making it through the day. People, even me, I'm guilty of this. So that's why I'm making this video, is because when I heard that line, I was like, damn. You know, because wealth is a high energy result, right? So whatever that action is, it needs to be high energy. Whether it's in the gym, whether it's building your business, whether it's building wealth, you need to bring a certain energy to those places. How many of us every day, I'm going to get back to my point here. How many of us every day answer people just like how Myron said in that? How many times do you just say, I'm making it? Just another day. I'm doing all right. You know, you never know when you're going to meet somebody that could actually change your life. And if you go up to a successful person, something who's making millions of dollars, someone who is super physically fit and loves the gym, and they somehow, like, your buddy introduces you, or you just meet them and you go up to them, and for some reason you go and talk to them, right? And they ask you how you doing, and you're just like, man, like, I'm making it, why would a successful person surround themselves with that energy? Like, think about it. Like, these people surround themselves with good vibes, with high energy, with high frequency people, because they know, like, you can't get good outcomes with low energy, low focus, low intensity people. That's just a fact. It's just a fact. It's just a matter of life. Like, if you think about it this way, right? You can't run a high voltage tool or a high voltage whatever off of a low voltage socket. Like, there's a reason you have to have a different socket for your dryer than you do to just plug in and charge your phone. Because it takes a certain amount of energy. It takes a certain amount of power. It takes a certain amount of electricity, whatever you want to call it. The point still stands that in order for you to be successful in things, it takes a certain amount of action. It takes a certain amount of energy. It takes a certain amount of focus. And I feel like a lot of us, including myself, we bring what we think is enough. We bring what we feel that we can bring that day, and it might not even meet the mark. Like, we're just going through our day and we're like, I'm tired, so I'm not going to attack the day the same as I would if I wasn't tired. And the problem with that is then you don't meet the bar for success. You don't meet the bar to build wealth. You don't meet the bar to build a good body. You don't meet the bar. So if you don't meet the bar, you can't expect the result. So if you're not bringing the energy or the focus or the intensity that it takes to be successful, and then you're looking around wondering why you're not successful, there's your answer. There's your answer. And Myron, in that video, talks about how people go through day-to-day life. They're young, they're fit, they've got a job, so they're making some type of money, but yet they just are so nonchalant. They're just so low energy, and he just doesn't understand it. And I don't really understand it either. Why are we like that? Why are we, just because we're tired, why are we not putting in the effort? If that makes sense. Like, I remember I was doing 75 hard, right? I did 75 hard. I completed it like a year or two ago. And I remember during that time, I was so tired physically, but then also at the same time, internally, I was high energy, high focus, high intensity. So, like, we can be tired physically and still bring a certain level of energy to the game. Right? If you've ever done 75 hard, you know how beat up you are during that process. But if you've completed it, you also know how invincible you feel by the end of it. So, the point of this video today, guys, is I needed a reminder, and maybe this is a good reminder for y'all. If we're not bringing the energy, if we're not bringing the focus, if we're not bringing the intensity, then we're not going to be successful to the level that we want to be in anything we're achieving. So, that's it for today, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I hope this helps. I hope this lights a fire under your ass like it did me. And I'm out of here. Peace.